Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Bob.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Dan.
And this is the Board Game Rundown, and today we have got a topic, but first we're going to talk about games we played, some news, and crowdfunding. I'm kind of excited about the topic today.
Yeah, I'm excited for everything except crowdfunding because I don't have anything.
I got one for crowdfunding, so
I
that's
have
fine.
one for crowdfunding.
But anyways,
I got a
Bob.
big old list for games we played.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, I had a good day Monday. That was nice.
So, as always, make sure you are liking, subscribing, and all those good things.
Yes, I'm just so excited to get to my list that I forgot to like and
apparently.
subscribe.
Right.
Actually, I'm already liked and subscribed.
Wow.
So,
You can't be liked. What does that mean?
Well, he's sort of like.
yeah, I get invited to friends and family.
Woo!
Let's move on.
Okay, let's go into games we played.
Yeah,
then.
games we played.
Okay, so Bob,
Yes.
bust through most of your big list.
Sure.
Quickly.
Okay, so first thing we
Not quick
played,
enough.
which is one of I love this game. I love Hidden Movement. Letters from Whitechapel.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Oh,
Were you in on this?
This is my first time playing it.
Yes.
I've
Oh.
been wanting to play it for a long time.
Yep.
I really like the experience. Part of that is I genuinely think I did really well. Like
Yes.
I was figuring stuff out, I was putting stuff together. I thought I played really
Were you
well.
Jack?
I was Jack.
He was Jack.
And Dan was nailing it. And I'm like, don't listen to Dan. Don't listen to Dan. And they didn't, which was awesome. So I won.
I genuinely was. I felt like I was
Amazing.
on his trail the whole time,
Yeah.
and then at the end of the game, obviously, when Bob can go over what he's doing, it was just like, man, I was on his tail the whole
the
time.
whole time. You were right there.
I
Yep.
wanted to say, Bob, though, I've been trying to get my hands on. Have you ever played Whitehall Mysteries?
No.
So
Heard of
this is the version I've seen before.
Okay.
Which is just basically a slightly streamlined version where instead of you have 4 murders and then you
Okay.
kind of murder the person, get home, reset everything,
Right.
murder the person, get home, reset everything. In this one, you have murdered someone and you're dropping the 4 body parts in different
Oh,
locations.
okay.
And so you get to one spot, drop the body part. We now know you're there. We find the body part. We know
Right.
you're there. And then you have to get to the next body part. And you just have to get to all 4 body parts. And there's no
Okay.
resetting. The second round just starts when you
Right
get
away.
there.
So-
it's just a faster streamlined
So for those
version.
that don't know, Letters from Whitechapel is basically like what, a 4v1?
A 5.
5v1.
Up to 5v1.
So somebody's playing Jack the Ripper, Bob, and a murder occurs, and then everybody's trying to track him down. They basically have the whole day. The round has X amount of moves, but usually it is going
Usually
to
up to
end
15, but usually-
when Jack is going to get back to his hideout.
Correct.
So before the game even starts, the player, who is Jack, picks where his starting
Hideout is.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's hidden movement.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm taking notes on my piece of paper that they can't see on which circle location I'm going to. They're moving along on these squares that are in between.
And we're also, as a detective, you're choosing to investigate a spot. So we can
Correct.
move where Jack is. If we do not investigate, it does not matter.
Yep.
Right.
You have to search or make an arrest.
Because he could be, hiding
hiding right behind you
in the
Mike.
alley. Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah. That,
In the shadows.
excuse me, sir. Clearly hiding with his cloak over his face. Could you move? This is official, please.
right.
But yeah, I just wanted to say, so not only did I love Whitechapel, but I really want to get my hands on Whitehall Mysteries and
Yeah.
try it out because it just seems like a faster, streamlined version.
Yeah,
Sure.
I will totally check that out.
I would totally play that. Yeah, that sounds good. All right,
Sweet.
what else?
Then we played Gorinto.
Oh,
again.
fantastic.
Yep,
Grand
tossed some
gamer
for
still.
that. Yeah, we loved it. It's a hit every time it hits the board. Everybody
Yep.
enjoys that. Marvel Champions. And I do have to say, Marvel Champions, regardless of what it says on the box, is a 2+ hour game.
I agree.
It is. It just is.
I have tried
unless
to make
you
that
lose quickly.
I have tried to
It's
make
2+
that a
hours.
faster game, and it is
have your
not
decks
successful.
pre-made. Have decks
Maybe
ready for
you
people.
guys
to be
are
like, here you
just
go.
not-
If you're trying to
Playing
cut
it
down on
right.
time, yes.
Yes.
If you're just like playing the game for fun, part of the fun is putting that deck together.
Sure,
so.
and like letting somebody tweak a deck.
Right.
That's not quite as long.
I
but-
guess have
Yeah.
pre-made decks and then allow people to slightly change,
Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
that would be
Oh,
the
I just
best
want to throw
way.
some blue cards in.
No,
or
I
something,
wouldn't.
sure.
I would just be like, you're playing as this.
Yep.
Just
well,
be done.
I'll never play with you.
Well, it's different with you. You know how to play.
Right.
After that, we played Cthulhu Death May Die.
Oh, right on. Good
Yep.
game.
Yeah, it's a great game. It's probably my favorite Arkham horror type
Sure.
game.
Lovecraftian.
Yep. Cool. Co-op. You kind of level up and whatnot,
Cthulhu
which is
Wars.
neat. Yeah,
What?
but
Go
it's
on.
not co-op.
Oh, totally not.
Yeah. And
Unless it's all of us versus you,
well, yes, that's true.
which is why you never won.
Yeah, yeah. But no, that's a great game. We loved it, but we died horribly.
Oh, nice.
And then we did another co-op game, Spirit Island.
Oh, your favorite.
Love Spirit Island. Dan wasn't there, so he didn't have to
I
miss
was
out
already
on
at
that.
work
Yeah.
by this point, which is why they were like, yes, we can play Spirit Island.
But man, we each played like one of the newer spirits. It was so complicated. Like we
Yeah.
ended up winning because like Levi got so OP toward the end. Like,
Okay.
'cause my dude couldn't kill people. Like, the one I was, like, I could, like, use any areas adjacent to where I'm at, but anybody that I kill, I have to sacrifice my own bits in order to kill somebody. But I could, all my cards push people. So I'm just like, oh, you're going to attack here? Move everybody out. Oh, you're going to build over there? Move everybody out. And Levi's like, oh, look, tsunami, kill 8 damage. And just
Perfect.
murder everything. But yeah, so that was cool. And then today we started we had our Meeple meetup that we were doing. And I started the day out with the Wolves of Mercia.
Oh, I wish I could have been there for that because
I played that one as well.
Yeah.
Wolves of Mercia.
Fantastic game. We
Yeah.
really try to push this game out to you guys.
One
If
of my
you-
favorite Wolves. And I'm not a huge fan of werewolf games, but it's one of the best ones.
If you like social deduction
We
games,
should snap
especially
to
the
Wolves of Mercia.
yeah,
I
we got
know.
a review for that somewhere, right?
we do. It is an old one.
It is.
But we do.
Yeah. Oldie
Check
but a
it
goodie.
out. If you like social deduction games, especially the more werewolfy type,
Yep.
night rolls, wake up at night one at a time kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
it is as far as a smaller, like it's a $15 game, I think.
Yeah.
Shipped for me in less than a week.
Yep.
And I mean, it's fantastic. It plays like
It
5 to 12 or something.
You just go to the wolvesofmercia.com, right?
Yep.
It's something like
and
that.
I'm telling you, if
get
you
it.
like those kind of games, if you like a smaller social deduction games, I say 100% Wolves of Mercia is the best one.
Yep.
If you like a bigger one, I would say please find out how to play Blood on the Clock Tower online. Check it out. Those are the two that I recommend.
And Dan is our a little app maker kind of guy. He actually, I don't know if you're going to link to that or not on the description.
It's actually, if you go to our Facebook in the description, it's actually a downloadable file from our main Facebook.
okay.
From
Yeah, and
the
it's
Board
super
Game
great. We
Runouts
don't have to
Facebook.
have like a storyteller or a narrator because you just play the app, and every night you play it, it goes through recording, and it makes the game super helpful.
Yep.
Yep.
Goes
I
nice and
try to
quick.
word
Yep.
all the roles in a way that you can explain, that you can understand if you're new, but also doesn't word them too long for once everyone knows how to play. You don't want to have a second
Sit there and wait and wait.
yeah,
and
a
wait.
second audio file you have to sit through, So yeah, there's some background music, stuff to get you in the mood and everything. But
Ambiance.
yeah, ambiance. But
Yes.
yeah, Wolves of Mercia, please check it out
Great
and
game.
check out that review if you like that kind of game.
And last but not least, we learned Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition.
Sure.
Yep.
I learned it with him as well again. We will probably have a review for that one here pretty soon. We
Yeah.
need some more people to play it. Tim hasn't been
Yeah.
able to play it yet. But I don't like Terraforming Mars very much. I think it overstays its welcome. I find it a little... I don't know if grindy is the right word, but for an engine builder, I just feel like it's a little messy for me. And also, I have played Underwater Cities, which I just think is better.
Better version.
But I do like this from the one play so far. I do like this more than Terraforming Mars.
Yep.
I thought it played really well. I like the Race for the Galaxy type phases that they use.
Right, you choosing what phase actually happens.
The
yeah.
only negative so far for this compared to Terraforming Mars, and this is after one play, right? But the only negative so far is I feel like the engine takes longer to start
Build.
up in this one,
Yep.
and the first half of the game feels really slow.
Yeah.
And then the second half just happens.
Yeah, because the game
So-
probably took, what, hour, 20 minutes or so?
Right.
The first 40, 50 minutes, we're all kind of building the engine, and then, like, at 3 turns or 4 turns, it just
Yeah.
terraformed everything all at once. And, yeah, it
So
was
that's
done.
a slight negative, but that also could just be because we were all new, right?
This is
So-
true, too.
But,
yeah,
that's
that
it.
That was it.
That was
pretty
my
good,
list. He covered
game
mine.
list. Yeah.
Jeff, you got any games?
I do actually.
Right on.
Ugh.
Let's hear it.
I recently got to play in. I think this would be an evergreen game. Wingspan,
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say.
and I will say I enjoyed it after we started playing. Right?
Oh,
Classic.
and there.
Wait,
Yeah.
Tim taught you?
No.
Oh
taught you how to
no,
play
no.
Nope.
Wait, Tim taught who taught you?
Yeah.
I had a friend who had played before
Maybe.
the previous day and was teaching
Maybe.
myself and another person.
Okay.
And they taught sorry to call you out on this, but they taught it completely wrong. Like you're supposed to put birds from like the left to the right,
Yeah.
right, and do the abilities from the right to the left when
Yes.
you activate. She told us that you can put birds anywhere, but they proc left to right. And so when I put like
Wow.
2 birds in the left spot, I was like, so I can't use their powers? This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I like looked through the rule book. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, sometimes ask for the rule book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
I
But,
don't like to insult Tim. Well, I do. But what I mean is, like, when we're playing games with Tim, I tend to ask for the rule book a lot, and that's not because I doubt you. I really like
just doubt
if you're on your off turn and you're learning a game, I just think you should hand the rule book around and just have everyone
Why
kind of
not?
learn in their off time, you know, and you get those. You might catch something that someone else missed, or you might reaffirm something you weren't personally super strong under. Like, oh, Tim
Right.
explained that, but I don't fully understand it. Let me read it, right? And so I just, when you're doing a new game, I just think
Yeah.
keep the rule book kind of passing
Yeah,
around when it's
for
not
those
people's
interested,
turns.
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, Dan, I played a game that you poo-pooed.
Really quickly.
Uh-oh.
Jeff ain't done yet.
Played one more game.
Oh, step
What?
up. All right.
Down, down.
Whoa.
Red
Whoa.
Dragon Inn.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Which
Yeah.
version?
Fun.
Which version?
I mean, there's like 100
don't-
versions.
I don't know.
Okay, sure. Did you have fun?
It was probably like a base.
Yes, I did have fun.
Cool.
I ended up losing by a really way.
Ooh.
Okay.
I was like the furthest from like being drunk, but somebody else noticed I was low on money and just tried to
Make you poor.
make me poor. So I tried to gamble on a gamble. And
Gamble on a
lost
gamble.
horribly.
Typically happens.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's
But
the
it
problem
was- it
with
was
games
fun,
like Red
yeah.
Dragon Inn, but there's definitely groups for them. You know what I mean? That really...
I've never played it. I've watched it played a bit. It seems fun. It's like a take that kind of game, but there's like it's like an actual game, but the whole thing is like attacking each other
Right.
and making people drink
Right.
and stuff. And so I do really like that mechanic though, where you have like your drunkenness and you have like your honor, whatever they
Right,
call it.
right.
And if they ever meet and pass each other, you've like passed out and you're
Right.
done or whatever. And I like that. That's an interesting mechanic and thematic.
Right.
indeed. And I got kicked out of the bar since I had no money.
That makes sense.
Get out of here, vagrant.
That
So
will
Tim
happen.
played something I don't like.
Well, you poo-pooed when we talked about it. And I was skeptical. But I played MicroMacro Crime City.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I haven't played it. I just said it looks like you're just playing Where's Waldo with
so
a story.
I will tell you right now, I will not be able to play this game with Spencer.
Sure.
And I will tell you
Just
why.
like staring.
Because there's so much going on this map.
Right.
You will not be able to get him to focus.
Right.
Because he will be like, yes, I am going to look for, ooh, did you guys see this over here? It's like, dude, let's do the thing we're trying to do.
Right.
Anyways, he doesn't watch the show, so I can say whatever I
$3 hot
want.
dogs.
That's right.
But anyways, it was really cool. Now, we played the opening scenario like it was Kelly and my daughter and I played, and Julia kind of stood over us while we kind of read the card, like looked at when we guessed. So the map is like gridded, right? So it's like A to G on the top and, 1 to whatever on the side or vice versa, whatever, doesn't matter. Basically, it's like find Mr. Rabbit. He's in Neptune's Park. And you're like, okay. So you're looking through, you find Neptune's Park, and then you go, he's in G1, right? And then you look at the back of the card. Yep, he's in G1. He's been murdered. Find his body.
Uh-oh.
And now you got to go
Yeah.
through and find his
Try
body.
to backtrack his life.
So, yeah, but the way that they did it was really pretty interesting because there's all of these references on the board for all kinds of stuff. But then it's like not just it's like why was he murdered? And then so now you're figuring out like what is different about him over here, than
Right.
here.
Oh, he's missing his watch. It was a robbery or something like that.
Right. And then like who was the killer? And then you've got to there's just without getting like spoiling too much, it took us all over the map. Like there was a couple times where I thought it was going to end like, oh, well, we solved this. And then there's like more stuff. And you're like, oh, crap.
Right. And how many like mysteries come with the game?
There's a stack of them.
really? Wow.
There's a stack of them.
Nice.
How?
And there's
where did you get the game to play?
my sister
Okay,
had
so
it.
she
So I was at my
found it
sister's
somewhere.
house. Yeah,
Okay.
she had it. And that was one that my wife on the way home was like, man, we should find that game. And I was like, oh, I'll check the game store. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, she had already looked it up, like
Nice.
online,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, well, let me look at the game store and see if we can
Yes.
get one in the game store.
It's an interesting idea that I just think sounds too simple for me. Like, why not play Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective?
Yes,
right?
this is a more
More
accessible
version,
and
yeah.
faster version.
Well, way
'Cause
faster, sure, right?
Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, you could take as much time as you
Yeah,
want.
that could take weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I was impressed with the amount of cases that were in it. The map is huge,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely huge. I mean, it didn't fit on the table. There was like parts
Wow.
hanging off the table.
Oh, jeez.
That's huge.
well, because all those cases have to fit and make sense on that map. Like, you have to be able to trace the people's lives. and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah,
so.
because like my daughter kept like we were looking at stuff and she's like, I found another dead body. I'm like, that's not the one we're like worried about.
We don't care about that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll get them later.
but there's really interesting things. I mean, because there's like taxis and bus stops and there's parking lots and different kinds of buildings because you also got to figure out where people live. And so like
okay.
finding them, finding that same character again somewhere else on the map. I was really impressed. I wasn't sure how it would just I couldn't really picture it very well in my mind, right, when hearing about how it works. But then actually seeing it in action, I was like, all right, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Also played most of another game of Ankh. I actually ducked out. I was getting ready to lose. We were playing a unique
Did the
scenario.
person who took over for you, were they forgotten or something? Or were they just
No, they were playing our game when they started.
Yeah,
they
he
were
wasn't
just
in-
sitting
yeah,
there.
he was
just
Oh,
sitting
I
there.
thought he was playing the
No,
whole
he
time.
was, he was
Okay.
playing Terraforming Mars with us. While
God, you're
they started
right. I
playing.
didn't even think about that.
So I
Okay.
just said, hey, man, like, take this seat. And we were playing in a new scenario, which was really neat, where,
Looked difficult though.
but real difficult.
Yeah, I
Because
like the sound of it.
there's no merge, there's no, like,
Bounty.
taking
Right. You guys are actually
bountiful.
getting penalties for.
And you're getting, you're losing devotion every round or every battle, every conflict.
That is crazy.
It was
I love
nuts.
it.
You guys were almost all in the red.
Yeah,
We
They
were all on the
almost
red.
halfway through the game, and they're
Caleb
all
was
still in the red.
almost in blue when we ducked out, but like
Well,
He would've lost some.
And he had just lost 6 points. So, anyways, while I was not doing very well in that particular scenario, I think that is a testament to the strength and replayability of Ankh. Is that this was a whole new scenario,
Whole new
changed
field of the game.
and we were all people who had played the game before. So we were all playing gods that we hadn't played. And so it was just a completely different experience. And I still really enjoyed it and thought it was really solid. And Ankh just kind of keeps being.
Keeps going.
It's
Yeah.
like, Welcome to Ankh Week.
I love the idea.
Spencer is still thinking about it.
Oh God.
It's still
I
living in
love
his
the
head.
sound of that because it. So we've only played, I can't even remember, 2 or 3 times, and I've never had someone get forgotten. And I really like that if you've played a bit and you're like, this forgotten mechanic isn't coming in that much. Okay, play this. Play
Yeah.
this version.
Someone's getting forgotten.
Yeah,
There's
this sounds
legit
interesting.
conversation. There's a very good chance that everybody loses the game that we just were playing.
Right. And
A
I
very
love
good
that.
chance.
Yeah,
I
love
thought,
it. Funny.
well, yeah, because Caleb said something, and I go, "That's fantastic."
Yeah, I love it.
Like, I think that's great. I think that is great. Now, some people might get frustrated, but that will allude to
Yeah,
our
just
topic
don't play
later.
that scenario
That's like
too,
Cthulhu
right.
Wars. You just make everybody lose.
Right.
It's usually my strategy. If I don't think I'm going to win, I just go for the total annihilation.
Make
kill
everybody
everybody.
lose.
That's also nice too.
There's a
that
reason
they
I don't play that game
include,
with
that they include other scenarios in case for some reason you get bored with just
and
the
there's a
regular
Well,
game.
and this
There's
and
a new
the
challenge you can do.
and the map setup was completely
Yeah.
different and really weird and
And
fun.
the pyramids and stuff were flat.
Well,
all
that
of a
was because
sudden-
Caleb forgot to bring us.
Got his fancy bits.
That wasn't scenario driven.
I know. That's funny.
But man, it's not near as pretty without
So, Ankh, great game.
Great game.
We have a review for Ankh right there. We
the,
love
hardly
it.
anybody's watched it.
Yeah,
though,
it's
so can
actually
you go
our
view
least
it?
popular video.
Yeah.
Could you check it
Somebody
out?
go look at it. Oh, it's going gangbusters. Fantastic. All right, so news.
News.
Jeff,
I didn't see anything interesting.
I got one piece.
Okay.
I'll have one thing
no,
when you're
this
done.
isn't an anime show.
Ha ha.
Oh.
I like One Piece. No, I saw a game the other day that this is a video game, but I thought for a moment it was an adaptation of a board game,
Okay.
and it looked so interesting to me that I almost bought it last night.
Oh, nice.
It's called Dice Legacy.
Oh
Have
yeah.
any of you heard of this? Bob seems like he's heard of this.
Oh yeah, no, I did
Yeah,
see
Dice
this.
Legacy, yeah.
You're talking about the
Yes.
video game.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this video game looks very interesting.
Yeah.
Just came out like just yesterday. It came out.
Yeah.
Console or computer?
It's
or
on
both.
computer, so
Okay.
both.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it might be cross-platform. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, that kind of game could easily be
Yeah.
cross-platform. So
Yeah.
So you play this, I guess, this group of like, it's like a civilization.
yeah, it's like a civilization.
That is on this like weird ring planet, and you
Yeah. Yep.
dock on land, and you're building up your civilization and fighting against unknown forces.
Right.
But
But,
the-
why would you bring this up on a board game
Well,
podcast?
all the moves you make, you do with dice. And they look like the champions of Midgard dice, where it's like you
I'm
have
out.
like
right. right.
you have like
fool.
a sword side, like a defense side,
Yeah.
like a forging side, like you forging
Blacksmithing or
metal.
something,
Like
yeah.
So
armor.
basically, the actions you get to take on your turn
Are
are from
random.
rolling dice, and then you're
Correct.
assigning them. Like, I'm going to upgrade this city. I'm going to
Okay.
do this.
And
right.
the dice can combine to form new dice. to
That
let
I
you
didn't
do
know.
New
I didn't notice that either.
actions.
I bet they make
And,
this into a
yeah.
board game.
I thought it was a board game.
Yeah. I know. Chuck, I
And
saw it. I was
like,
like, oh,
yeah.
yeah. It looks like a board
But
game.
it
What
looks
game is
really
it where you can
cool.
trade in if you've got dice, the
Tidal
dice
blades.
do upgrade. It
Tidal
is
blades
Tidal
upgrades,
Yep.
to
Yeah.
the special.
Better dice.
You
But
like,
yeah, I thought it looked really cool,
specialized.
and I know there's some people out there who like specifically dice games, not just Bob.
Yeah.
And
I love dice games. I
Yeah,
might
it
have to
seems
look
pretty
at that.
affordable too.
And
Yeah.
video
I
games.
don't
yeah,
remember
I
the
think
price.
I think
but
it was like 20 or 30
yeah,
bucks.
I wanted to say between 20 and 30.
It's
yeah.
a lower
I want
cost
Slay,
game, but
Slay the Spire to come to.
Me too.
to
Well, that's the
console.
That's a board game coming out.
Is it?
That was on Kickstarter, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure, or it's
Yes.
coming to
Maybe
Kickstarter,
it's-
one of the two.
Yeah, something like that.
But I'm excited
I
for that.
really want to play that. That's like right up my alley.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Levi's been obsessed. You should talk to him about
Yeah, I have a little.
it. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So the bit of news I've got is Gen Con. The week that
Yep.
this episode comes out, Gen Con starting.
Yeah.
So if you're at Gen Con, go and first be kind.
Be
bathe,
nice. Don't be a jerk.
Kind
because
of
it's
follow people's rules
'cause it's-
because you're on private property.
Yeah.
well, but it's tough enough, right? Everybody's it's hard enough out
Everybody's-
there.
It's stressful right now.
So go to Gen Con, have a good time. Just be a good person. Actually,
nice, follow the rules.
while you're at
Mask
Gen
up.
Con, he already said all those things. When you go to Gen Con, though, check out DV Games' booth,
Yeah.
Wonder Book. We've got some videos for Wonder Book. We'll have 2 different videos for it when this comes up. We have an unboxing of the actual Wonder Book, and then we've sort of got like a preview of the prototype that we got to see. So they are taking pre-orders at game stores. They may get copies at Gen Con, but they will not have a lot of them. So hit
Go
up
there first.
Go there first. If you see Bryce and you know us, because Bryce is going to be the guy working the booth, say, hey, Board Game Rundown. Like, he will do something evil to you probably. So,
Yes.
but in a fun
So
way.
tell them.
And, do it. And if they're wondering, if they're not going to Gen Con, where else would they be able to get Wonder Book?
Go to your local game store and ask them to pre-order it for you.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
the easiest way. So and you can go to DV Games on their website for more information. You can check out our video. We're actually probably going to put together a playthrough, like just a first game playthrough, and we'll video it and record it so everybody can see what it looks like, and then you can make an educated decision.
Yep.
But
I have not been able to experience Wonder Book yet. I was not in the episode.
You'll
where
be
you
there.
guys have
You'll be
covered
there
it,
soon.
But I have heard and seen great things, so I myself am
I'm
excited.
just gonna do something real quick.
I love this blue.
I do too.
This is
It's
such a good
fantastic
blue. I don't know why. I
Yeah,
love
it's like
that.
a very.
I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Look at this. Look at this bad boy right here.
Wondrous.
It's so cool. It's really awesome.
Pop-up book.
Yeah, it's.
An interactive pop-up book.
There's a lot of cool stuff in here.
Yep.
There's a lot of cool
If
stuff.
I was growing up as a kid and this was like a thing, I would be begging my parents to get this.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's my news. Is hey, Gen Con.
And
Go there,
Bob,
be-
did
be a
you
good
already do
person.
yours?
I didn't really have any news, but
Oh.
I'm just going to say, I want to remind people, go to your friendly game stores. Go to your local game store, browse the shelves. There's this game,
Oh,
Beyond
yeah.
the Sun. I've been wanting. I looked once. We didn't have it, so I've been looking all over online. Couldn't find it online. Couldn't find it on the secondary market for a reasonable price. I'm just browsing around today. Boom, there it is. I'm like, oh my gosh, I should just
Yep.
kept looking back because you never know when they're going to get something new in.
Yep, take your time.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, too, this is something you could have thought about is Bob could have just
Asked
asked them to order it because
I could
obviously
have.
they had a way to get it.
To get it.
I
So
do that a lot.
Yeah.
That's how I got my Taverns of Tiefenthal.
Yeah.
I almost got my Quacks that way, but they just couldn't
I'm
get
thinking
it.
about asking them about Whitehall Mysteries.
Yeah.
That might be the
Yeah.
way I try to do that.
Yep.
I guess my little bit of news, slightly depressing. I've been depressing the whole month of
Yeah, no
news.
kidding.
I had to cancel my Asking for Trouble's Kickstarter. Oh, very sad about that. We're in the middle of doing a bunch of house renovations and moving, trying to buy a new house and sell our house. And it's $100. It was more than $100. And
Yeah.
we
It's-
just couldn't.
it's tough, man.
especially
Tough to justify
because
that.
very soon I need to get Blown in the Clock Tower, which
Right.
is
Yes.
which is $95. So
Yeah.
I had to make a choice, and I'm very upset because I've been stoked for Asking for Troubles for a year. I backed it over a
Yeah.
year
Troubles.
or a little under a year
Troubles.
ago. And so yeah, a little sad news, but hey, you got to make choices like that, right? You guys understand. Leave a comment down something that you've had to cancel that really killed you, because a lot of people have,
Don't
and I get
always
it.
get what you want.
Right. The great philosopher Mick Jagger once
Yeah.
said.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Yes.
Pump the brakes on great. All right?
That's
Yeah.
a quote from House. You losers.
Well,
House?
still
Pump the brakes on
pump
that.
the brakes.
House
All right,
is
I like
great.
you, Lori. What else we got? Any other news? We're
Nope.
going to crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding.
So I got one. Anybody else got one?
got one.
Okay.
I could mention one.
I didn't see anything interesting other than the stuff we've already covered, which we can
Man,
mention.
I hope
again.
we didn't cover this one already because I don't watch the show.
Oh, I did. I don't know.
So I got Artemis Odyssey.
I
Grand
talked about
Gamers
that.
Guild.
Yeah.
He mentioned it.
I
Yeah.
mentioned it was coming, but now it's
coming.
out.
It's live now.
Yeah.
As of filming, there's like 16 days left. So when this comes out, you'll still have 2 weeks.
Yeah, just over 2 weeks. Yeah.
But anyways, I thought it was kind of interesting that so your options for backing, there's like a $5 one, whatever. That's for retailers. So you get the $55, you get the retail edition, $65, so $10 more. You're gonna get the Kickstarter edition, which is basically the deluxe edition. So you're gonna get like 3D miniatures and all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, for $10,
Yeah.
just get the nicer version,
right,
or wait.
Well, I was gonna say, I had backed the Artemis project, which is like the prequel to this,
Right.
and got the Kickstarter version. And the little minis that come with it are pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
you need them? No, you don't need them, but they're pretty neat. If you like fancy bits, that's the way to go.
So it's funny you say that because if you spend $130, you can get Artemis Odyssey Kickstarter edition plus the Artemis Project Kickstarter edition.
Oh,
So you can
that's
get both
That's cool.
Kickstarter
Yeah.
versions. $130, super reasonable.
And Bob
Yes.
recommends Artemis Project quite a bit.
Yeah, I like it. It's a lot of fun. It's you roll dice, and so then you're using those dice as workers to allocate them to certain things. And what's kind of neat is like to gather like some of the different resources. You have like a push mechanic to where it's like you line all your dice up in like sequential order. So like if somebody puts, I'm gonna put a 3 down there so I can get 3 of those, and you're like, well, I'm gonna put my 2, and the 2s are gonna get to go before the 3.
Right.
And you might end up getting all those resources before the 3 gets a chance because you don't resolve everything until all the dice have been placed
It was
out.
kind of like that same kind of thing, and I'm so sorry I'm going to mispronounce this. What was that? Ping Yang?
Ping Yang.
Oh, the bank,
Ping Yao?
the banking
Ping
one.
Yao?
Ping Yao.
Yeah, it
Something
had
like
that
that.
same dice
You
going
gotta,
in
like,
order
knock 'em
thing.
out of the way
yeah.
a little bit.
I thought it
yeah.
was cool.
Man, crunchy game.
Yeah, it's a neat
I'm
game.
You could have
interested
just
in
said
seeing-
first Chinese bankers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. I was trying to say the correct. I'm very interested in seeing what the deluxe looks like on this game because I saw it. I don't know if it was a prototype copy because I saw it a while ago, but I saw Odyssey set up on a table. And I didn't like the look of it.
Okay.
I
I don't know. I like the
So-
color scheme. I like
Yeah.
actually like some of the way that the game boards look and everything.
Right, it
I
might
think
be
look really neat.
super fantastic. Like it's kind of like the same kind of thing. Cosmic Encounter. I've been talking about that a lot lately. I mean, the setup is just some cardboard cutout planets with pieces on it, and it's like as a setup game, it
With
doesn't
some
look that
chits and-
interesting.
Yeah.
But it's a classic to a lot of
So,
people. So
it's already gone, but I thought this was really cool. So for $199,
You have
you
the
could get
chance
the.
to, yeah.
You could have. They only had 5 of them. You could have gotten a reviewer prototype, and then they send you the Kickstarter version
both
later
games. Yeah.
of just Artemis Odyssey. But they would send you the prototype as soon as the Kickstarter ends.
Right.
So you could have the reviewer
away.
prototype to play right away.
That's cool.
Which I thought was really neat. So, I mean, not to shill for Grand Gamers Guild, but I thought that was really cool. It
Yeah.
seems like a company that does a lot of things right.
Yeah, and I really enjoy
Grand Gamers Guild. What else did they
Oh,
make?
if
Didn't we
only-
just the Belgian beer race?
Wait, Belgium. We unboxed that.
didn't we unbox that?
That's so.
Whoa!
Oh,
there it is.
Weird is there's also a Gorinto review.
Yeah, Gorinto.
I don't know how many
Grand
snaps
Gamers
I
Guild.
got,
Well,
Yeah, they've done a lot of like games that we've enjoyed.
yeah, they
quite a
have.
bit
They
lately.
have
I honestly-
Endangered.
Endangered.
Before Bob and Tim, I didn't really know them by name, and then I've been introduced to all their games. I'm so like, yeah, they make good games.
And this is Bruno Feduti and Serge Leger.
Leger.
Fancy.
I don't know.
Ooh, looks like that has
Anyways.
gamer trays.
Oh yeah,
Game
game
trays.
trace.
Yeah.
Game trace. But yeah, I don't know what Dan's talking about. I think this game looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I said it could have been a pre-production copy
Sure.
that someone had set up
Definitely possible.
for a coverage thing that they were doing because I just saw it set up
Sure.
on the table and I was like, that looks weird.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And some games at setup don't have a whole lot of table presence.
And then build up.
And then yeah,
I mean, look at the letters from Whitechapel. Not a lot going on the board.
that's
Yeah.
true.
And we had so much fun playing.
I loved
Yeah.
that.
yeah. It's
So
really
speaking
good.
of Grand Gamers Guild, this game reminds me a lot of them. It's not their game, but
Okay.
Endangered. This game is called The Spill, and you're working cooperatively
Oil.
to try to rescue sea life from this oil spill. And
Yay.
and one of the neat things, yeah,
It's like we were just talking about Endangered.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It just reminded me of that. But no, so there's this big tower in the middle, and you're dropping dye down in the tower, and it splits into 4 different territories, and depending on what you get and what territory, like more oil is spilling out that
Okay.
direction. You gotta try to manage the spill and
Are the
rescue
dice
oil life.
black?
They are.
Is this like are the regions separated by like actual ecolocations or
No, it's just because it's in the water, right? So it's like a big
Okay,
oil
so
rig out
just
in the middle of the
water,
water, right? And then it's got like a little box like this that are split into 4 ways, and it's got a tower in the middle.
I was gonna say, and it actually has like a tower. In the
Yeah,
middle.
and you drop the die in the tower, and they come down, and like the bottom has got like a little cone, so all the dice go.
Right.
And,
It's a
like,
dice tower.
Yeah, it's basically a dice
Right.
tower. Yeah,
Can
4-way dice tower.
Can you play as Mark Wahlberg?
What?
I'm out.
Bathe the whales. Bathe the whales.
Base.
But no, so they got a $45 pledge for like just like the base game, and then it's $60 to get like, and that base game does come with the dice tower and everything
Right.
too. But then there's a $60 deluxe edition, right? And you got like, upgraded tiles and.
Can I
things
just
like
say,
that,
all
so-
you people making games right now, thank you for all these $60 deluxe editions that
Yeah.
have been coming out lately.
Yeah, that's
this is
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like, yes, a $60 deluxe edition is not nice as a $200 deluxe edition, right? But it's nice.
It's
I
They're
mean,
still nice.
you know what? There's some $60, $50, $60 games that
I was
I've
gonna say
opened
the
up and
first
been
time I
like,
remember it like happening and being like, wow, like quality for a $60. It's not 60, it's a little bit more, but like Oceans had
Ocean's
that deluxe edition
deluxe
that was
edition.
so affordable and
Yeah.
so worth it.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
since then, I have seen so many come out,
Yeah.
and
More and
I
more.
love it.
Yep.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
fun.
All right. Are we?
Crowdfunding.
You got crowdfunding? Or were you?
I could mention one
Sure.
briefly.
Very briefly.
yeah.
Very briefly, go.
And you're done.
Lands of Galzyr.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like an interesting
Wait, the
game.
Zelda game?
Yeah. It looks like the art was very heavily inspired by Zelda.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
But I want to say, looking into it a bit more, it's not Zelda, obviously.
Okay.
Well,
It's
Like gameplay and everything wise?
yeah,
you're saying?
gameplay and everything wise. It's more like you're playing like an adventurer, but you're more
I'm playing as Bink
Bink.
Right.
You're playing as Bink
and going.
Right.
I
and you're
gotta
going,
rescue
going around
Zelda.
and
Princess Zelda.
you're
rescue
it's-
Princess Zeldar.
It's more a city building game,
Okay, that could be
which
cool.
is really interesting. I wasn't
It's not
expecting
Hyrule,
that.
though.
That's kind of
right?
weird
Yeah.
because
Low
the
rule.
picture on the
Low
cover
rule.
is a guy looking into the mountains, right? So that's a little weird. But
Yeah, but you're building these
Just
cities and
looking
you're
where he's
trying to
gonna
like
build a city.
Right.
trying to build up these cities to like I can't remember it like you're so monsters don't attack or something, but something big epic. But like it's also like an open world
Sure.
city
I
building game.
want on the front of the box in big bold letters something big epic. Jeff Rector.
Bum, bum, bum.
Thumbs up.
And then Mark Wahlberg arbitrarily there.
Right.
For
Playable
Dan.
character.
For
Yeah.
Dan.
Deepwater Horizon.
Don't care. I was
Just
out
saying.
at Mark
saying.
Wahlberg. I was out. I was out.
He's an
Say
inventor.
hello to your mother for
He
me.
I know, right?
invents things.
All right, is that it? Is that it?
How you doing?
Yeah.
All right, so I got a real quick story that will lead into our topic.
Interesting.
okay.
So I had the good fortune to be able to spend some time this weekend at my sister and brother-in-law's, and I went with just the whole the whole purpose of whenever I see them, they're hosting like a big game weekend.
Yep.
So I never actually we get to talk here and there,
Right.
but they're also kind of being good hosts.
Right.
So they've got to
They got
like
other people guess that we got.
So I said, I want to hang out with you. I want to watch Notre Dame football, and I just want to BS. If we play games, we play games, but like I just want to be able to hang out and have conversations.
Weird.
So I know, right? So Patrick had a Ankh horror story, which then led to our topic.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they were playing Ankh.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing very well, and they were playing a rule wrong. He
Okay.
did not teach. He went to someone's house.
Right.
Adam, you know Adam.
Okay.
He went to their house. He had it all set up, did the teach. So they're all playing, and they're playing a rule wrong with the obelisks. Obelisk
Okay.
attuned, which means basically at the start of a battle, you can move figures there.
Right. It's like a teleport station.
Right, at the start of your battle.
Right.
So they were playing it wrong, as in he was just, whether or not he was involved in that battle, he was then moving
Oh,
figures
so you could just be in any battle that had an obelisk in the area?
with that you control.
As long as you control that obelisk, you can just teleport from obelisk to obelisk.
Whoa.
So they were playing that, and they got to the last battle. Patrick moved a bunch of his stuff, and the guy who was in the battle with him goes, I'm not sure that that's how that works. Picks up the
No
rule
way.
book and goes, oh, we've been doing this wrong.
Yeah, you're not
And
allowed
then-
to do that?
Yes.
Oh, man, I'm
And then-
so mad.
And then won the game.
I am so mad.
And then won the game. And so Patrick, to his credit, took it on the chin and just said,
Okay.
I give you your victory, but I think it should have an asterisk.
Asterisk, yeah.
So, and because I said, in games like that, if we've been playing a rule wrong, everybody agrees that we just
Finish the game with the same
we
rules.
acknowledge that this
Yeah.
rule is wrong, but he wasn't the only one using that rule.
It also depends. Like if we're halfway through a game and the rule doesn't make that big of a difference, hey, let's switch to the right rule now, right?
Well, it
but
was
like,
also
that
like in
is
the-
such a big difference.
And it was also like in the third conflict too. It wasn't
Right.
like at the beginning of the battle.
Conflict, yeah.
And so yes, so then it ends up Pat comes in second and loses to the person who pointed out
The rule wrong.
Yikes.
So, which had Patrick say the words that lead directly to our topic. So this is for him. Why do we play the game? So do you play the game to have fun, or do you play the game to win?
Yes.
That is his honest answer.
It is my both.
Yeah.
No, and that's acceptable.
Yeah.
But some people like so, and I agree to this line of thinking. Patrick would rather lose twice
Yes.
than win
One
once
long game.
in an agonizingly long
Yep.
and tedious game. He would just rather be done and lose a couple games, but he had a good time playing,
Yeah.
Right.
than be miserable. So,
He said that a couple times.
so for that, I play games to have fun. I do
Mostly,
try to
Except
win.
for Ankh.
Yes.
Except
Just
for
kidding.
I do try to win. I do try to play competitively because I think it's also not fair to the other players if you're not even trying.
Right. If you're not trying, you are negatively impacting other people because other people can take advantage of your lack of trying
like-
and walk over
like,
you.
oh, well,
Under
your neighbors.
attack. Well, no,
It's
I'm
the
not gonna do
classic
it.
risk argument. We're like, oh, Australia just gives up, so now the person controlling Europe now just walks in and controls Australia because they didn't care, and the people on the other side were like, well, that's unfair.
Yeah, because I've been
Yeah.
fighting my
Right.
neighbor's whole.
Yeah, so
the
yeah,
whole time.
classic. Hate that.
So I think it's an important question that you need to ask yourself, and how you're going to conduct yourself. And also, I would say that like know your group, right? Because different groups are going to have different mixes of guys. There are going to be some guys you're going to sit down at a table with some guys that are absolutely cutthroat competitive, no matter what the game.
Maxman, yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
there are some games where I just might not, even if I'm good at that game. I don't know. There might be, if I'm real good at that game, I might do it just to
Just
Yeah, but
Prove
you're
a point.
down a
speaking
notch.
fantasy now.
fantasy. Hey, DC deck builder.
Yeah, you're right.
I will
Well,
run.
I mean, do you
You're
really
right.
want to talk about your track record of the tournaments for DC Deck Builder? I mean,
I'm good in the tournaments at DC deck. You want to talk about it? How's yours?
well, okay, let's not go too far.
Yeah,
Hearsay.
So
I've won some tournaments.
I definitely care way more about fun than winning. I think
Yes.
most people answer
Yeah.
that way though because they don't want to come off as
Don't
a
want
douche,
to seem like
right?
yeah.
But I do try to win, but I will say I try to have fun while trying to. The thing that will take me down most in a game isn't whether I'm winning or losing. It's if I feel the
double
experience has been fair, right? If something has happened that I feel is an unfair setup due to a rule change, like you're saying, or due to, I don't even know. There's so many examples and I can't think of them right now. But there's just something that I feel like. I don't feel like everyone's playing on the same line right now, and even if it's not me, I feel like that person has had such bad luck with dice and stuff. Like if it's a dice game, that person has such bad luck with dice, they are so far behind. I couldn't imagine being them right now. Why
So-
did they play?
Well, and again,
Right.
though, like the other thing then is, because this isn't like we went through a bunch of different examples and stories, is it's like then you do not prolong the game. You either, if someone like let's say
Right.
we're sitting right here playing a game, and let's just say Bob is having like the worst experience,
Right.
and we're all doing fine,
Right.
whatever.
Let's not min max.
Right.
stuff.
Let's just get
wrap it
this
up.
over with so that one person isn't sitting here miserable. I would even
Exactly.
almost go like, if you're having that bad of a time, let's just stop and play something that everybody wants to play.
Right.
Because unless I'm winning.
Right.
No, just kidding.
No, unless you're not winning. You're like, give me one more turn.
yeah, right. I don't even-
But you should also really not give up, right? Because I was playing a game the other day, and my friend was just complaining the whole time. He's not having fun. And then all of a sudden, like toward the end of the game, took off.
Oh, so
Right.
Pete was at your house?
Right, the guy who just complained for 4 hours ended up winning.
But yeah,
yeah.
I do agree with that too. That negative, like, it should not be up to you, the loser, if the game ends soon. But if
Right.
everyone else sees that you're clearly going through something and everyone agrees he's not catching up, that does change the feeling of the game you're
But,
going
you know,
through.
don't be a baby about it to get your way.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
Yeah.
There is a difference, right? Because that person.
Yeah, I'm done. Next.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
point. Doesn't matter what I do.
Well,
If
Yeah, okay, go
board
ahead, I'm
games
done.
were about winning, I don't think I would have fun with hardly any of them.
High five!
I've seen you win like one.
Well, yeah.
Trogdor,
no.
you won Trogdor, right?
Yeah.
You can't say
But-
that.
You won that co-op game.
I mean, at the end of the day, I do think it's about if everyone is having fun with the game, whether they win or lose.
Which goes back
And
to your game group
thankfully-
thing.
Thankfully, I'm pretty easy to like entertain. I don't want to say that in a bad way, you know.
Right.
Like,
I'm a cheap date.
Well, I will.
but it's I have fun usually with games, especially when I play with you guys and with other people. And even if someone's like doing like a bad teacher thing, like and be like, "Oh, I'm teaching you guys, but I'm gonna win."
Right.
I'm
Well,
gonna-
that's
I'm
two
gonna do
bleeps for
this.
you this
Yeah.
At least he has to do the bleeping.
Yeah.
I'm the one that has to do the bleeping. So
Well, so I'm going to use a Magic the Gathering and Board Dan real quick. Example. Here's the thing is when I'm playing in the app, if I rarely will concede a game early because I want to give people the opportunity
Can you
to
be
my
play,
Google translator?
to play their decks and stuff. But if it is clearly like all you need to do is attack me
And you're not doing it.
and you're
Oh,
not doing
right.
it, I'm quitting.
Yeah, just
As
put
I'm
your-
done.
Can you put your hand on your deck in Magic? Is that a thing? A surrender?
No.
You can
No, there's no
concede
such
in the
thing as
app.
that?
Yeah, boom. You
I'm
just
saying
concede.
if you play real life, is there no surrender mechanic?
Yeah, it's called scooping. You're like, I give. And you just scoop
Okay.
your cards.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say there's
But-
like an official again. Haha, Yu-Gi-Oh's for children. There's an official surrender
You
mechanic
can
in
yield.
Yu-Gi-Oh. So
Yeah,
So my whole thing is, again though, right? That's kind of being a turd, like as
Right.
far as a winner. Like, okay, look, we get it.
Yes.
Yeah, you rub
You've
it in,
won.
your
whether you
deck's
beat me
doing
by an
great.
inch or a mile, winning's winning.
Like,
right?
let's just move on, and so we can either play another game,
Right.
or I can go and play with somebody that I will have a good time playing
Right,
games
yeah.
with. But that's a big thing because I had a game that really ticked me off. I was playing one of my favorite games. I was playing GKR Heavy Hitters, and it was a 3-player game, which this
That's
can
tough.
happen.
Yeah.
This can happen in a 3-player game. One dude was way behind. And Spencer and I are just going toe to toe. And then basically that dude was just like, well, I'm not going to win. I was going to win. And then he just threw in for Spencer.
See,
Kingmaker.
that was my risk whole thing. That
And-
whole like just
yes.
throw it. Well, I'll just throw everything at this person.
And
yeah.
you can bleep me. But I was like, well, that's and I normally don't do that in a game because I try to be very, polite
Yeah.
and make sure. And I said, well, that's
Ridiculous.
being like a sore loser.
yeah.
you
When
know?
I just said, well, that's not like, why should we even play the rest of this game? But I finished.
I should have just been 2v1.
I finish out the turns, and Spencer is like trying to maximize his thing. I'm like, dude, you've got me. Just do this.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, done. Thank you. Bye. Boom. Like, put it up. Let's play something else.
I'm
Because I did not appreciate
Skirmish
that
games
experience.
should be played 2v2.
Well, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing is I will not play GKR with that person
Yeah.
again.
right. Yeah.
Just cause.
yeah,
it's
that's a crappy way to go about it.
and I didn't tell them that, but like it is never.
Not gonna happen.
That is not going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's how I protect myself.
Yeah, don't put yourself in that situation.
Yes.
I will say too, just from my own experience, kind of toot my own horn, but in a negative way here. From my own experience, I'm very good in games, and no one ever trusts me when I say this. I'm very good at games in knowing exactly when I threw the game and knowing exactly when someone's about to make a really bad move. I'll say like, Tim, I understand I'm in first and you're attacking me right now, but Bob, I know what Bob's about to do. It makes way more sense to attack Bob. And, who knows what Bob's going to do? Bob's going to attack me, and then Bob runs away. I'm really good at seeing those moments and talking about them. And so if I know that I just threw a game, I do tend to hurdle and get really quiet and everything. I try not to ruin the experience for everyone else, but like inside, my depression has gone
always
mad.
played that.
No, it
and
was-
I'm just
I will
so
never
dead.
financially
That
recover
Ankh,
from this.
that Ankh game where that happened to you.
Right. And
I
I,
mean, it
don't,
was-
I try not to ruin anyone else's experience. I try not to be the whole, like, it doesn't matter. I'll just throw, whatever. I'll play this
Right.
guy. Right? I still play and everything, but I just get really quiet. And you
Don't
can
be the
always
Sour Patch
tell
Kid.
when Dan has seen something really important happens, whether other people see it or not. You know exactly when that happens in games. I do not hide my emotions well.
Well, I in your defense, I do tend to get a little more impatient when I know it's like out of reach
Oh.
and one person's going to win.
Yeah,
It's
come on,
like, come
just
on,
go. Yeah,
like
you got it. Just play something.
yes, like let's
Without
keep
to bring
moving.
magic
It's
back
really
up again.
hard too, though, to like see when someone's really not enjoying themselves in a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're still playing it because everyone else seems to have a good time.
Right.
Right. It's just like, well, that person's gonna win, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
But I
Which
will
is why I
continue
say
to
I
play.
don't verbalize it.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm very bad at hiding my emotions, but like, I'm not going to try to ruin this for everything else. Yes, I am sad. I am depressed. My life sucks right now. Keep playing.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Go ahead.
You know?
Nail it. But no, like kind of like you were saying, how you can see that happening. We were playing Magic the other night, and my friend Tim's like, he was getting attacked by this other guy, and he's like, you should attack Bob. You should attack Bob. He's about to go off. You should attack Bob. And I'm like, I only have like 2 things out here. What are you talking about? He attacked it. My turn. You're all dead. Sorry, he was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First rule of playing Magic with Bob, attack Bob.
Attack
The
Bob.
first rule of playing Magic with Bob: do not play Magic.
The second rule of playing Magic with Bob:
Do not play
Magic with Bob. After years and years and years of losing to Bob in Magic, yes, don't do it. It's not worth
You
it.
keep saying years, it makes it sound old.
I know.
I'll
We've
just-
known
I'll
each other a
just
long
edit out
time,
the gray in
Bob.
your beard.
Right.
I know. Don't. We're gonna edit this out. Put some black beard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly don't know what else to say other than I play a game to have fun. I obviously try to win, but not
Yep.
over try. And again, the thing that matters most to me in a game is I want everyone to feel like they're on an even playing field.
So I'm going to
Same.
put this
I try
out.
to be fair. Sorry, not to cut in. Real
No,
quick.
go.
But, I think that's the most important thing. As long as everybody's, it's fair, it's even. Like people aren't like kind of changing rules or trying to interpret things that make it seem like overpowered or wrong.
Right.
Just as long as it's all even-handed. Like I try to win, but fun is fun.
So I will tell you though also, if you're a shark, right? If you're playing game and you're cutthroat every time you play, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I would read the table.
Not
Yeah.
just that. I would love all you sharks out there to go play once a game where everyone playing is a shark and see how miserable it is for if everyone was a shark.
Well,
the
I don't mind
experience that
swimming in the
would
Shark
be.
Tank. If everybody's at the Shark and we know we're playing a serious game, we're all trying to win. Like we got some people out there, man. Like you play Blood Rage against a guy, and before you know it, like the game is over. Like the guy's,
Right.
like,
I
just
don't mind
controlling
playing a
the
shark.
game.
You know what you're getting into. I'm just
Right.
saying that I think that if they all had to face each other,
Yeah,
they'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
like, man, this isn't as fun as if we just had fun.
So let me ask you guys a question. So one of my friends, she's not a shark, but she's one
She's
I
probably
play.
human.
Yeah, no. She's one of the
sharks talking?
more random people I play games with more often, I should
Okay.
say. And she wins a lot. She's competitive. What is your experience with people who go into games being like, I'm going to win. I don't care if you're having fun.
Again,
That's
at
what
that
I would
point,
call a shark.
I
Yeah,
would
kind
again
of.
at that point, if they literally have the mentality of I don't care if you're having fun, this is like a competition. I'm just not going to play with those people. After I play with them once, it's not like I hate that person, but it'd be like we don't belong in the same game group.
Right.
So-
we should play a co-op game together.
I will
Yeah, but
tell
then
you
the
this
alpha
though.
problem might
If
come
it
up.
is a game that I'm familiar with,
Right.
and they
Go
say
back
something
at
like
them.
that, I will.
Or even, they
I
don't
will.
even have to verbally say it, but just you get the feeling that,
Right.
they're playing
Right.
to win and they don't care if anyone else is having fun
So-
at this table.
so-
Well, we all forget that sometimes.
yeah. well,
There's times, man, where I go after people like that. I have done that. I've done that in games that I've been better at. And it's like, okay, that's how they're gonna be.
Okay.
I'm gonna make them work for it. Yeah. Well, it's funny because you talked about last week how, a lot of times I'm playing a game, and
Right,
I'm just
and
like
then
this,
Ankh.
and then there's some games where you see me just like,
Yeah.
the good, the bad, and the
and that's what I'll do though.
Where'd
Is
Captain Goofy go?
and the other thing is I'll start talking trash too.
Oh, yeah.
I will if they're gonna be like that. I'm gonna make you work for it.
Stoop to their level, Tim.
I'll go. I mean, come on, man.
I got a salt shaker over here.
Yeah, again, I think that.
But I don't like behaving like that. But
Right.
there is that competitive bone in me that can be brought out, and it's usually brought out by people I think are turds.
Right. It's like I've been poked in the chest enough, It's like,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
poke back.
Like, come on, man. I'm trying to have a good time. But if you want to play like that, let's play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I genuinely just think, first of all, I don't get to
be
play
a
games a
huckleberry.
whole lot
Yeah.
anyway. I don't get to play games very often. And the fact that my fun and fair factor are the top two things for me, I just think that after I play a game with those people once, I would just avoid playing with them.
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens. But I just like, I don't want the one time a month I get to play games with a group of people to be soured by something that I think is a negative
Absolutely.
That's true.
interaction.
If
So-
you don't have a lot of time, you've got to make the best
Yeah.
out of your time. And if being a shark, right, like being that uber competitive monster is the person you are, and that's how you get the most fun, then fine. But I would also say again, read the table, be considerate
Right.
to other gamers. Otherwise, people aren't going to play with you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I just can't imagine someone who's a shark all the time, right? That just seems crazy to me because,
Yeah.
something like Ankh, it makes sense. This is like a deep competitive game. That kind of makes sense. But, if we, play Connect 4 and they, get super mad and, boom! I'm going to be like, you
got
need to
you.
see a therapist. something's
So
going on here.
this is why we don't play Candyland with Jeff.
Right.
We don't really talk about it.
He's way too good at that game.
It's super competitive.
Not going to your top
Don't
land.
talk about the ice castle.
What's really weird though is that the second we start playing,
Gumdrop Mountain.
when we set up the game, he looks like this, and then the second the game starts, his hair's brushed down. He's wearing all black.
Right.
His like collar's up. It's like, who is this person? He turns into like emo Spider-Man.
Right. Hate
It's
you.
really weird.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's really awful. No, but it wasn't good for anyone.
Yeah. When it comes to keeping things fair, though, I'm not opposed to like house ruling things. Like there's a
Yes.
civilization game that I play that I really enjoy, but there's a couple of combinations I figured out they're just broken, so
Yep.
I outlaw them. I'm like, because that just makes it
One of the
unfair to
best parts
everybody
about
else.
board games, I'd say, is the ability to house rule something, and
Yeah.
no one can tell
Yeah,
you.
I really don't like. I don't understand why. I run into a lot of people that are against house rules, and I just
made
don't
that way for a reason.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. I don't understand. Things are not made
See,
by
Dan,
an
I
omnipotent
don't-
being who is perfect.
I don't teach
Right.
games wrong. I teach
Just
them
house
with
rules.
my house
Yeah,
rules.
he just rules. Okay, yeah, these are rules. We're
And your house rules change daily.
Yeah, they do.
my house, my rules.
That's okay. So do alien healths and they
Hey.
change all the time.
Like to
That's-
name drop someone, Z Garcia, very prominent in the hobby and probably my favorite part of the Dice Tower. He is adamantly against house ruling, and I just don't understand. I am so for house ruling. Let's make this game as fun as possible.
That's
Well,
well, again, that's our mentality though.
It
We want to have a good
It
time.
depends on the house rule too. Some people
Yeah.
just like make it silly. You know, it's like
well,
okay,
yeah,
now it's
but
not even really that
again, at
competitive
that
anymore.
point though, if someone says, "Hey, my house rule is this," and everyone goes, "Let's play something else," that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Like they have to convince everyone
Sure,
to play
sure.
with
Yeah,
that
yeah.
rule.
Well, I mean, it's like Monopoly with free parking, and,
I
and
was
if you
just about
take
to bring
money,
that
Right,
back.
you can-
and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, well, you're playing it wrong. It's like, no, I'm playing it the way I've played my whole life,
Yeah.
and I am maximizing my enjoyment out of this miserable game.
yeah,
Yeah,
I just
I mean, I can't play a draw four or another draw
Or-
four. Sure, I can.
Yeah.
or a favorite just one. I don't think anyone has played just one correctly.
Yeah.
How you're actually supposed
Oh,
to.
No,
that
they
was
did
my
accidentally.
example.
Yeah, yeah.
Just one in concept. Like in concept, I say all the
Concept,
time, I
yeah,
have
it's a
never
great
used
part.
the light bulbs.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
once.
sure.
What are they for? Scoring? What's
Ideas.
that? Yeah. This goes into again. I just don't like this mentality with the game is not made by perfect beings, and saying that, well, the game was designed that way, do it. I don't understand that at all. It crosses into video games, comes up all the time in video games where someone will use a clearly overpowered, broken or tactic, and they'll say like, hey, if it's in the game, I'm allowed to use it. I'm just like, yeah, but you're just proving you have no moral compass at all, and you're willing to use something broken
Well,
for
they're-
your own advantage.
They're just playing to win and not playing to have fun.
Right, I guess. And again, that's just my mentality. I want everyone to have fun.
Because I will say also like another thing, not just winning and fun, right? But let's just take it into branch off into a different direction. I also play board games for the social experience.
Yeah, I haven't even mentioned that yet, and that's my number
yeah.
one.
Yeah,
That's why I moved.
definitely.
That's why I
Way
moved from
down
video
here.
games to board games.
Yeah.
I like being with a group of friends and talking and interacting.
Yes, yes. I mean, I have made friends
Because of the hobby.
because of the hobby. You too, as role playing games. But
Yeah,
yeah,
me too. I have also made friends.
Because of this hobby.
Sorry, audio listeners, that was a visual joke.
Dan pointed to everyone but me, which is fair. But no, I mean, again, the social aspect. I don't have a ton of time to always play games.
Yep.
So when I do, I try to play games with people I like. And Dan,
Try.
And Dan. There it is.
and see people, and see friends.
I'm just very bad at being social, just in general.
Yeah.
But it helps,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it does.
It helps. Hey,
You should word that sentence better. I'm just kidding because you're bad at being social.
I don't know. Whatever. Kill me.
Just make you feel
Just
more
kill me
awkward.
now.
but it's one of my favorite things about the game, and just getting to sit at a table, because then you do get to talk trash, you get inside jokes, you've got
You get to
Running
high
running
five.
gag.
you get to high five people, or watch high fives go over you.
Right, as no one ever wants to high five you for some
Right,
reason.
right. I'm just
Not
too
bitter.
short.
hands, slap
I'm too
hands.
short. I'm too short. I can't.
But yeah,
reach.
no, the social interaction of board gaming is, which is why I tend to love social deduction games
Yeah.
too. Getting everyone together and thinking of.
I love
and talking on
negotiation
these things,
games.
negotiation and party. Don't get me wrong, I love a good Euro and everything, right? But like, man, there's just something about the Twilight Imperiums, the Battlestar Galacticas, where you're playing a game, but you're also constantly looking at each other. And
I love it.
Who
I
to
love.
trust?
Figure
I
out
love
who's
it.
full of crap.
yeah,
I love it. I love it. But yeah, I mean, that's another very important aspect of why you play games, or why people play games. But yes, the social aspect. So for me, it would be social, well, fun, social, because I think they go like
They-
hand in hand, right?
Yeah, I mean, you obviously want to have fun most, right?
'cause
Because
you
people can
hand-in-hand
play
is
solo, people can play two, and then it's less social,
Oh,
right?
sure,
But
sure.
So
Okay,
fun.
so fun. Right behind it is social.
Yeah, it's fun social fare, I think, but I mean, it's so close.
And
They're
then-
all number 1, and then everything else is like number 20.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
That's
winning.
how numbers work.
Winning is in the,
What?
I mean, for me, the top would be being able to trash talk everybody to
Right.
their face.
Yeah.
Which is weird because we've played multiple games with you, and you've never done that. So you fail.
Well, he goes home
Good
like on
day,
the,
sir.
He goes
on
home,
the
he's
drive
like, "Oh,
home.
I should have said this.
It's like, oh, the jerk store called and they're out of you. That's what I should have said.
yeah, in his face.
No, you shut up.
It's from Seinfeld.
I was going to say, it sounds like an Ash joke. It's a terrible joke.
Yeah, right. But yeah, man. So why do you guys play
Yeah,
games?
Let us know.
Please, I want to have a whole conversation about this. Just say why you play games, why the things that you dislike most in the hobby, like the things you avoid, because you
Yeah,
like
what traits and people you try to avoid.
Just because you like A, that means you obviously are going to be a little annoyed with B. If you like fast games, you won't like long games usually, right? So like, tell us all that. That's such an interesting topic.
Or are you
Yeah.
like me and okay with whatever as long as they're having fun?
oh,
that
have
makes
a
it fun.
freaking opinion, Jeff.
That makes it, he just did. He said it's fun.
yeah.
Maybe not his own fun, but everybody else's
Right.
fun.
Sure.
It could be fun, but maybe a board
Okay,
game
all
may
right,
not
we're-
be fun.
Anyway.
All right,
I don't know.
all right. Spencer's not here for,
Yeah.
so
Trying to
don't.
filibuster
Not
the-
dice.
The opinions of Jeff are not necessarily the opinions of the Board Game Rundown and its affiliates.
nice.
Not dice is life.
Oh, okay.
It is.
All right.
So, anyways, in closing, let's just say, hey, check out Miniatures Rundown.
Yeah.
They've got a weekly. Well, you do shows more than once a week, right? You got multiple
Multiple things
Yeah.
dropping.
drop a week.
There's a couple of things dropping a week now.
They're dropping.
Good job.
Jeff is there all the time.
Good job
Sometimes-
marketing them
sometimes
when
I'm
you
on
don't
painting.
know.
Yeah, there you
We do
go.
other stuff. BattleTech, X-Wing. They're going to be doing some more Blitz Bull.
You guys haven't
stuff.
done episode 2 of X-Wing yet, right? Did I miss it?
No, we
Okay,
haven't. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So there we
I
go.
want to see you crash into more asteroids.
We should be doing that this week.
I like crashing into asteroids.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes. So Miniatures Rundown, very important. Check them out. Good channel. And then also check out our friends at the Board Game Mechanics.
Yeah.
Pretty okay.
Pretty
They're getting
okay.
real close to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
They're like
they are.
20 away.
Fantastic.
And Jason and I like message all the time. And I'm like, dude, I can't wait for you to get to
Are they still doing their giveaway right now?
I think the giveaway's done.
Sorry,
Okay.
guys, but they do giveaways.
Yeah, so get on there so you're ready for
So
the next one.
just subscribe, join their Facebook group, The Riveted. They have built and cultivated an awesome community over there.
Hashtag the riveted.
Hashtag The Riveted. And Jason throws up weekly videos. There's also a weekly podcast.
Yep.
Or I
I
shouldn't
was
even say
confused,
weekly
too,
videos. There's
because
videos all the time.
They did a review this last week, and both of them were in the video.
Yeah,
And
Jason and Katie were both
I
in
was
the
really confused.
in the
Yeah,
Shelfie
what's going on?
Stacker. review.
Diagnostics.
Shelfie Stacker. He seems to be enjoying that one quite a
Yeah,
bit.
I think I need to play it again. Then we can do a proper review.
Okay.
Because I did not love it the first time.
I didn't love it, but I mean, it's
all right.
fine.
Yeah.
You know,
It was all right.
it's kind of abstract.
It feels a little
strategy.
too Azul-y to me, and I don't really love Azul.
Right.
So
Is
maybe
it
that's
not
my
more
problem.
Sagrada-y than Azul?
I don't know. I like the difference. though is I like Sagrada and don't like Azul. So
Nice.
that's I think
So
why.
it's more like the one I don't like.
Yeah. Or like thanks for making a version of a game I do like that I don't like.
Oh God.
Something like
okay,
that.
sure.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Also, hey, Bob's gonna be gone like next couple
Yeah.
weeks.
Finally.
Yeah.
'Cause- whoop. So let's
No,
just
say
say
congratulations. You're
Oh, yeah.
finally
Yes.
being able to
Oh.
do something that's
Else.
cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
finally.
no. Bob's getting married. So
I'm getting hitched. Yeah.
congratulations to
Thank you,
Bobby.
thank you.
We're gonna miss you,
Yeah.
but I'm glad you're gone for a good reason.
That's right.
So have a good time, man.
Thank you.
And
give
we'll
it
be
a
happy
week.
to have you back when you're ready.
All right.
If Dan says it's okay.
That's not gonna happen.
No, we won't. We won't ask for permission.
He doesn't really get a vote. We just let him think he does.
That was cold.
I don't know how that's gonna pick up.
They're over here
Yeah, I don't
saying
know. He's
stuff.
talking trash.
Sucks.
That's
Nobody likes him. Who said that?
Wow, man.
I think it was me.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, for the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim.
I've been Bob.
I've been Jeff.
I was Dan.
He was Dan. Also, don't forget, say hi to Bryce at Gen Con at DB
Yep,
Games.
That was Bryce.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. I loved it. I was like,
From the top.
somebody wake Jeff up.
Well, I can see why he thought he was an extra guest. He might
Right.
be last. I can see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Which rule trumps which? Which?
I'm Tim. Nope.
Yes, he is.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.